I'm going to read something here that someone handed to me from Instagram, and it came from an account called named Historic, and it's really awesome because it just helps us frame up what we're experiencing here in this challenging time with pandemics and global shutdowns and, saber rattling, as if we think that we're the first people to experience challenge. So here it goes, at Historic. For a small amount of perspective at this moment, imagine you were an American born in 1900. When you're 14, World War I starts and ends on your 18th birthday with 22 million people killed. Later in that same year, a Spanish flu epidemic hits the planet and runs until you're 20 years old. 50 million people die from it in those 2 years. 50 million. Then when you're 29 years old, the Great Depression kicks off. Unemployment hits 25%, global GDP drops 27%. This runs on until you're 33 years old. The country nearly collapses along with the world economy. Then a few years later, when you turn 39, World War II breaks out. You're not even over the hill yet. When you're 41, the U.S. is pulled into World War II, and between your 39th and 45th birthday, 75 million people perish in the war, and the Holocaust kills another 6 million. Then at 52 years old, the Korean War starts, 5 million more perish. At 64, you get to enjoy the Vietnam War, and it doesn't end for many years. 4 million people die in that conflict. Approaching your 62nd birthday, you've got the Cuban Missile Crisis, which is a tipping point in the Cold War. Life on our planet as we know it could have ended. Great leaders prevented that from happening. As you turn 75, the Vietnam War finally ends. Think of everyone on the planet born in 1900. How do you survive all of that? A kid in 1985 didn't think that their 85-year-old grandparent understood how hard school was. Yet those grandparents, and now great-grandparents, survived through everything I just discussed. Perspective is an amazing art. Let's try to keep things in perspective. Let's be smart, help each other out, and we'll get through all of this current crisis. In the history of the world, there's never been a storm that lasted. This too shall pass. I love that. Pass it on, share it, and let's credit Historic for their great work. Thanks very much. Booyah.